You know, I don't think there was as challenging questions as I think that, there's a lot of interest in what Google's doing, and especially in the travel space. And it is the difficult part of that is, and I think people don't realize how it's, we're not set up from a product development side by industries. So it's not like we've got hundreds of engineers working on travel products all the time. We have none. It's, it's all horizontal, and we just have to actually make sure that we've got a say in what's happening. And so that's my job to make sure. But it's somewhat difficult too, because I know a lot of our competitors do have specific travel engineers working on products. So we deal with that. So that's somewhat,
So for some reason, Google always tracks so much speculation, and there's always these wacky rumors out there. What was the craziest rumor you heard?
I mean, I think the biggest rumor is still, and we heard it in a different way. It wasn't just asked like, when are you going to compete with us? But I think, I think there is some worry that we'll really get into more of a transactional based business still. I mean, this is years of trying to kill it, and honestly, that's not going to happen. But I've heard it. The biggest eye opener for me here is how so many people believe that our search for travel is not the best out there anymore, and that it's being done by so many other people so much better. And so it's an eye-opener. We'll take that back and say, hey guys, if we're falling and delivering relevant results, and that's why these other companies are improving what they're doing because they know they'll hopefully build up that volume themselves, then hey, I mean, it's not that we're going to put somebody out of business. That's not our goal. But it's like, Google's not #1 in search for a reason. I mean, it's like, if we're not doing something, we should be doing it. So I'm taking that back.
Great. So you talked at one point about almost like a travel portal. I think it was in a Business Week article. Could you describe that a little bit?
Well, so, I'm very jealous of like MSN and Yahoo in terms of they have a portal so they can actually really develop great content around that. We don't have that, and Google.com will never have that because that's not how it was developed. And the reason why it became so popular is because of the cleanness of the site. And that's never going to happen. People ask me, pay me $1 million to run a site on Google.com, and I laugh. I'm like, it's not going to happen in our lifetime. But now that we have the asset YouTube, we actually have the ability to develop, a portal type platform channel, what you want to call it. It's not there yet, but my plan is, I think we should be trying to develop out areas of YouTube that are specific to interests like travel being a big area where we can aggregate, not so much get into content development because I don't see us ever doing that either, but the aggregation of travel content and being able to sell sponsorships around it and that type of thing. Because I think I've talked to a lot of our supplier partners. We would love to be, Starwood hotels all around that site, over people searching for, New York or Paris, and then we being around there and sponsoring our hotels that are there for people just to link off, because they can link off and purchase or learn more about. So that's one of the big, big opportunities and big focuses that I'm going to be working on personally, is how do we make that happen, and how do we make, the searchability on YouTube much better for travel, because I think there's a great opportunity there. So,
last and possibly most important question. Did you meet your wife when you were on the Love Connection?
No. Way before I met my wife. Way.
Did you go for a second date?
I was a sophomore in college. We did not go on a second date, but the date was fine. It was not a love connection, but the date was all right. It wasn't horrible.
Thanks, Rob.